Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, May 19th, 2025. Brian Snitker has officially lost his mind, but at least Ronald Acuna and Spencer Strider are almost back for the Braves. Brock Purdy got absolutely paid. I think he's like the sixth highest paid quarterback in the league now. And Scottie Scheffler just won the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow. It's his third major and 15th PGA Tour win. I mean, I literally, so I talked about it on the podcast on Friday when I was previewing the PGA Championship, and I was like, yeah, Scottie played like fine. He was like 2 under through round 1. I was like, but like he's going to play so well on Friday and Saturday. And that's exactly what happened. And now he won his third major. So shout out to Scottie Scheffler. We'll talk about the rest of the PGA Championship at the end of the episode. But Colin, how are you doing today?
Doing great.
Good. Yeah, I'm just glad to have other people in the studio. Nathan's producing the episode.
Does it feel weird?
A little bit. Yeah. You know how, like, well, you don't know how weird it is to record a solo episode of the podcast, but I've done it a number of times. But that was definitely the weirdest one because it's been so long since I've done it. Or, like, at least I would have had, like, Ethan or Nathan here to, like, produce. But it was literally just me just pedal to the metal for an hour and like 10 minutes.
I remember that one time where we were recording over what?
Discord.
Yeah. And you just forgot to hit record.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'm going to a Braves game, so I'll see you later.
Yeah, that was one of the instances. There's been multiple. I think I've done like 6 solo episodes.
Jeez.
But yeah, Luke, I believe, enjoyed his time at this music festival. I haven't heard from him like maybe over a day.
I've seen his Snapchat stories. He's well.
Yeah. It seems like it.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Breathing.
Yeah, as long as he's going to be here on Thursday.
I don't know about that.
We'll see. But it's been an interesting weekend for sports. I mean, literally nothing's happening in the NFL. That's why I started with this Brock Purdy contract. And you'll realize that there's nothing going on in the NFL when you hear in a minute about what we're going to be talking about today. But Colin, you got any words on our rankings? And did you see the reactions on TikTok to our quarterback rankings?
No, I didn't know you posted it.
Nathan, please pull up some comments for us.
Is it bad?
It's hilarious.
Like people hate it?
Yeah.
Really?
Big time. And like I don't blame them. I mean, there's a little bit in there where it's like, we probably shouldn't have done that.
What, Tua being so high?
No. There's a lot. Yeah, I said Jay Daniels might be too low. A lot of people laughing at Caleb being so low. A lot of people just saying we don't know ball. A lot of people weren't happy about Flacco. Never rank again. Delete your TikTok. Bryce is better than Purdy. Don't at me. Well,
Purdy just got paid, so.
Yeah. Drake May at 23 is 0 ball knowledge. I think that's like
let's go.
Pretty good.
Respect for Baker.
Yeah, there we go. Except for the start of that is trash list, but low key respect for Baker. He's usually 8 or 9. Yeah, whatever, man. People thinking that they, ranking.
Caleb does not deserve to be higher.
Yeah, no, I don't know where that's coming from. Brock is for sure above Darnold, Bo Nix, Tua, and Trevor. I don't know.
Brother, the team won the Super Bowl, not Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Richardson is better than Shock. Dak at 14 after an injury is bad. No, I think Dak is high. I think Dak at 14 is kind of high.
Is that what they're saying?
No. I think they're saying he should be higher. Yeah, no, but it's a lot of it's Hurts or Caleb. I think you can see like the most commented words.
Trash.
Probably trash or like delete or. Oh, good one. Nice. So
but yet,
Jalen Hurts got a lot of comments.
But yet when I see other people's quarterback rankings.
They're way worse.
They have like Jared Goff in like C or D tier.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I don't think there was a lot of people arguing Jared Goff.
I'm going to be honest. I don't hate our list.
I don't either.
They're going to see it this year.
There's a tiny bit of like rage bait in there.
Yeah,
where it's
probably.
Like, sure, we put a couple guys like in like a bad, like a worse spot. Just
but
like,
if you want to get reactions, that's what you have to do.
That's also part of it. It's like I'm looking for reactions.
Listen, we're not NFL analysts.
No, I don't pretend like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just here to have fun. And that's what we're going to do today. So before we... Oh, it hit California TikTok. Interesting.
Probably Herbert, Purdy.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of teams in California.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Shout out to California, I guess. Northern California. Interesting.
What a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah. Maybe a lot of Josh Allen fans. He's from Northern California, I think.
Nah, they're all watching Sinners right now.
All right, well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. MLB recap, plenty of stuff to talk about in the MLB. Shout out to Jose Alvarado. Falcons, we're going to do their record prediction. So the schedule release came out, and I talked about it on Friday, but I didn't want to just sit down and go through the Falcons schedule by myself. So now we're going to do it with you.
I've already given you my thoughts on the schedule.
Yeah, I know, and I don't like them, so I'm going to hope that you changed your mind by now. And then we'll talk about the PGA Championship as well. Before we get into anything, make sure you subscribe here on YouTube and you turn on post notifications. We're about to start up this full summer of Wednesday content. So you're going to have 3 videos coming out on YouTube every week, 2 podcast episodes, and the bonus video, plus plenty of other things. I mean, at the end of this month, you're going to have Luke's Team of the Season for the Premier League is going to come out. That's going to be a fun thing to look out for. And then we're going to have a bunch of content coming through. Luke's Milk Mile. We've obviously teased that a lot. That's
he
gonna be
picked
a
the worst
fun
time to do it.
When is he doing it?
No, but like, why would you do it in the summer?
Yeah, I know. I mean, he shouldn't have delayed it, but now it's just going to work out for us content-wise. So thank you.
Now he's like guaranteed going to throw up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was guaranteed to throw up in the first place.
Not necessarily. I think you can get through that without throwing up.
It's a gallon of milk, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing is that your body doesn't have the enzymes to break down a gallon of milk. That's like the whole reason they do it.
Maybe we'll test it out.
It's not a test. He's going to throw up.
No, like maybe I'll attempt it. And
you're welcome to.
Won't throw up.
Okay, well, we'll need an extra cameraman. Just don't hit him. Yeah, make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok so you can stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on there. That's where you'll find some of that short form content like Luke's Team of the Season and whatnot. And if you're on the podcast platforms, rate 5 stars, give us a follow. What were we saying, Nathan? Yeah, so your stomach's capacity is only half a gallon. So you already can't fit it in there, let alone break down that much lactose. Yeah, I mean, he's
for sure.
like regardless of the fact that he's
I'm also
going
lactose intolerant.
He's going to throw up plenty. He'll be in hell for a couple days. So we're going to need to make sure that we record this early enough to where he doesn't have to like miss the podcast.
Do it on a Friday. Or like
we could probably shoot it on like a Friday. No. We are not doing it on a Thursday unless we record the podcast before.
I think I would shit myself before I threw up.
Yeah. That would be good. That would be funny. We can take the podcast on the road. But yeah, we'll stay tuned. Stay tuned. Turn on those post notifications so you know when it comes out. But there's plenty of other fun things. We're going to be playing a lot of games, doing a lot of fun stuff. We're going to do a little bit of the field day stuff like we did last year, hopefully. Obviously, that's just up to scheduling. But yeah, I think we're ready to get into the MLB recap.
Sure.
Everybody. All right. Well, let's start with Jose Alvarado. I already poked fun at him a little bit, but he's been suspended 80 games for PEDs.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited about this. Yeah, without pay.
You know, it's a good thing when I'm texting Grayson being like, I love this.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, so you actually broke the news to me. I was at work. I wasn't looking at my phone.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I had to look it up. And I was like, let's go. But the funnier part about this is that the Phillies say that that a weight loss drug caused this. 6'2", 245.
It ain't working.
That's just me. I'm 6'3", but you know, I don't want to take that away from myself. But 245, I mean, that's right on the money. Me and Jose Alvarado are the same, except he's on drugs. Yeah, so yeah, fuck Jose Alvarado. Also, speaking of 80-game suspensions, is Jurickson Profar like actually about to play for the Braves again this season? Is that like actually going to happen?
I think so, but if we make playoffs, he ain't playing.
Yeah, that's the odd part.
I'm going to be honest. I think with Ronald coming back, I don't really want him in the lineup. Because I love what Eli White brings to the table right now.
Yeah, but Brian Snitker doesn't.
which is so dumb. But I mean, you got Eli White that's going to platoon with Verdugo.
Yeah.
Harrison center and Ronald in right.
Yeah.
Don't
I got
change
no
it.
problems
The
with
big Bear's getting comfortable right now.
Oh, the Big Bear's killing it. What? So he can come back on June 29th. So we could have him for like the second half of the season. 3 months.
Send him to AAA.
No. Not with that contract. Yeah, Jose Alvarado, don't cheat, idiot.
Yeah, you're too good to cheat.
I mean, were any of the numbers up this year? Like, was
No, they were about
velo up?
They were
Like
about
year over
on
year?
par.
Let's see.
I guess it was up a couple, like 2 miles an hour.
Well, that's exit velo. That's exit velo allowed. You'll have to.
I don't think so.
Let's see. Average the average sinker velo 99.3 this year.
That's about normal.
Yeah,
because he's always been
2024,
close to triple digits.
Oh no, he's up 2 miles per hour on average sinker velo.
Oh.
Well, there it is, and his cutter's up over a mile per hour. Curveball, and he's also what, like 30? So that is, I mean, seems like he was cheating. I think I'm going to trust the drug test and say that he was cheating. I doubt the weight loss supplements put the velo up 3 miles per hour. He does know how to throw a four seam. He chooses not to.
His sinker is just more effective.
Yeah, his sinker is so good, but it's because he's cheating.
It makes sense for him to throw the fastball up
Yeah, definitely.
with how hard it's being thrown.
But I don't think we need to be analyzing Jose Alvarado's pitch locations for the next hour. So
It's something that we could definitely do, though.
I know we could, and I don't want to, because I don't even think he'll play another game this season. I don't think there's enough games. Well, no, I guess there is. So we might see him near the end, but I guess, does he have the same punishment as Profar where he can't play in the playoffs? Okay.
Probably.
So, yeah, there you go. Nope, we don't have to worry about Jose Alvarado.
We have to make the playoffs first, Grayson.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying in general. We also don't have to worry about Brandon Hyde managing the Orioles because he got fired.
That should have been a given.
Yeah,
with how
I mean,
bad this season
But
has
the
been.
funny thing is that the last 2 seasons, they were like one of the best teams in baseball. I mean,
Yeah.
they won 100 games 2 years ago.
Well, you got to think what's going on because no one's getting hurt.
Yeah.
It's just the pitching. Like the
pitching is
starting
so bad.
rotation just plummeted.
It is so bad. And like I noted here in my notes, it's probably not Brandon Hyde's fault that they weren't winning games. It's just he's the figurehead. But like they lost today.
Yeah.
Made them 15-30. I mean, that's obviously a problem when, like I said, you were one of the best teams in baseball for the last 2 years. And
Bring up the best catcher in AAA. Do it. Come on.
you don't need a different catcher. Adley Rutschman's playing fine.
Nah, he can play another position.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody needs Connor Pavloni in the MLB right now.
That's fucked.
I'm just pointing out
He's
the
teammates
obvious.
with Chadwick Tromp.
Yeah, Chadwick Tromp is a better catcher than him.
How do you know?
Because Chadwick Tromp has played significant playing time at the major league level.
Yeah, that's just because he's with the Braves.
Yeah. Further on my Brandon Hyde statistics, more the Orioles this month. So in May, they're 1-11, now 1-12 against teams that aren't the Angels.
Yeah.
They
Well,
beat the Angels twice.
the Twins literally swept them twice, and
Yeah,
then they
well,
just got swept by the Nationals.
Yeah, well, the Twins were on a win streak, and we're going to talk about that win streak later. But the other interesting thing with Brandon Hyde getting fired is that the GM, Mike Elias, has refused to talk to the media about it. They fired him on Saturday morning.
Have they announced who's going to be like the?
Yeah. I don't know who it is. It's one of the bench coaches. Like they put out like a statement, like the organization put out a statement, and that had it in it. But Mike Elias has not done any press conferences. He declined it on Saturday, and then he declined it again today. Tony Mansolino will be the interim manager for Brandon Hyde. He was the third base coach since 2021.
You know who they should get to become full time?
Bud Black.
JJ Hardy.
What? Why JJ Hardy?
He was a GOAT Oriole.
I mean, that doesn't mean you're going to be a great manager.
Yeah, trust me. Usually they go to catchers. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, catchers do make good coaches.
Yeah.
Stephen Vogt.
Can't really think of a good Orioles catcher that came up through the system.
Weeders.
Matt Wieters.
Yeah. I don't know if he came up through them, but
I don't
know
think
he
he'd be
played
that good of a coach.
there. I have no idea. I'm going to be honest. I don't know
Orioles never.
what kind of like I don't know what makes a guy seem like a good coach other than him just being like a good locker room guy.
Control the game.
I guess. Sure. No. I'm saying like, but how do you see those things in a player?
Just controlling the speed of the game is just
fair.
The best thing
sense.
that makes a coach.
Okay. Well, Brian Snicker obviously isn't good at that.
Brian Snicker can go coach for the Orioles for all I care.
So
bring back Ron.
Last thing about Brandon Hyde is what Zach Eflin had to say. So we've talked about what Paul Skeens had to say when Derek Shelton got fired. What was this ESPN notification?
Oh, Trae Young trolls Knicks fans.
Dude, Trae, shut the fuck up, please. I want them to trade the fuck out of Trae Young. I'm so done with him. But yeah, so Mike Elias won't talk about him, but Zach Eflin was asked about the firing, and he said it sucks. It's a result of us sucking.
Fair.
He's right. But I love that these pitchers are all just being so blunt about their managers getting fired because, I mean, Paul Skeens was like, kind of the same thing. He was like, yeah, it sucks, but somebody's got to be held accountable.
Like, Hyde can't go out there and pitch the game for them.
Yeah, and I'll give you a great reason of why. It's probably not Brandon Hyde's fault, but the guys that are pitching, it is their fault. And so we'll start the bad pitching segment of today's show with Kyle Gibson against the Nationals. I believe this was his second start of the season. 0.2 innings pitched.
Is this the one today?
No, this was on Friday, I think.
Today they got...
Maybe Saturday.
They lost like 10-4 today.
Yeah, they got ripped.
And C.J. Abrams hit 2 home runs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. When CJ's hitting for power against you, there's a
Dylan
problem.
Cruz hit a home run.
Yeah. If he's just hitting the ball, that's a problem. But yeah, Kyle Gibson against the Nationals, 0.2 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 47 pitches, raises his season ERA to a measly 16.78.
You said 6 runs in the first?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. And then right after the game, he got DFA'd. What an offseason acquisition. Kyle Gibson, what a pickup.
That's insane.
Yeah. Not a good time.
You think they go out
Orioles
and try to trade, or you think they're just going to wait till the offseason to make some pitching moves?
Oh, I mean, you
just got to chalk this season, right?
No, you're screwed. Honestly, you're probably going to have to dump everything. I mean, Eflin had a shit day, too, today. He gave up 4 home runs.
Well, I can tell you who their first-round draft pick's going to be.
That's maybe.
Might be their first 3 picks will be pitchers.
Yeah. What's funny is that their farm system kind of sucks now, too, because they've all come up and just aren't good.
I was about to say.
It's interesting.
I don't know. They got great catcher depth.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm sorry.
So funny, though. Mike Soroka, decent day, especially when you compare it to Zach Eflin's.
Yeah. I mean, Eflin still has a better ERA.
Yeah. The other bad pitching I've got, Clayton Kershaw made his debut on Saturday for the season. For the season debut, it's whatever, but 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts.
It's not horrible, but when you associate the name
when it's Clayton Kershaw, it's really
against
bad.
the Angels, you expect better numbers.
Yeah, of course. And you also gave up your first series loss to the Angels in I guess at Dodger Stadium since 2018, I think, or 2013.
But you got to think about this. Like, he's getting up there in age. So you know he's losing velo.
Yes.
He's coming off an injury. So it's like, how much more...
I mean, he shouldn't be starting.
I think he's...
I think he'd be a great middle reliever.
I think he'd be a fantastic just pitching coach for them.
That's a good point.
I don't think he needs to be pitching in 2025.
That's a good point. He does seem like a pitching coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Or he's going to go coach youth football.
Or he's just going to go live on the beach.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. No, he's not a beach guy. He'd go to the mountains for sure.
I can't tell who seems like a better pitching coach, him or Verlander. Like, who would you rather have as a pitching coach?
Probably Verlander. Yeah, he only got up to 90.9 with the fastball. That's not good.
Which means he's going to be throwing the 12-6 a lot more, which is going to put more strain on his elbow, so he's probably going to get hurt again.
Yeah. So, look, Clayton Kershaw, we could probably just wrap it up on
That's
that
what
one.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, and also the Dodgers have some great young pitchers in the farm system, too.
Like, he can stay with the team, get paid, and help develop your young guys come up.
Sure.
But At the end of the day, he does not need to touch the rubber.
No, he needs to be a pitching coach. I think you're right. So I had one. Okay, yeah. Let's actually talk about these Dodgers prospects. So MLB Pipeline did just update their top 100.
Yeah.
Dalton Rushing. I mean, he already made his way up, but yeah, Jackson Ferris, very good pitcher.
Yeah, trust me, he's a boss. And
River Ryan as well. He's already made it up. And then
shout out Robo.
Yeah,
he had a start last year.
Yeah, Robleski. He's in.
You know, he went to high school.
No.
Sequoia High School.
Oh, really?
Yep. Face.
Shout out.
always gotta do it, bro.
But yeah, they've got a lot of good pitching prospects that are like in AAA right now.
Yeah.
That pretty close. What?
No.
Yeah, Hyun-Seok Jang. I mean,
bro, he's Japanese.
Yeah.
I don't.
Sorry. Yeah, definitely Korean. Go ahead and apologize. No. All right, we don't have to look at
that. Does it say?
We might have to take that out of the podcast. All right, let's talk about the. Oh Jesus, that was a brutal voice crack. Damn, that was brutal. Yeah, so I couldn't decide on Mackenzie Gore's start against the Orioles because part of it is very good, and part of it would say otherwise. So you'll hear these first two numbers and be like, "How is this in the I can't decide?" 3.2 innings pitched, 10 hits for Mackenzie Gore against the Orioles. What? I think this was yesterday or today. 3.2 innings pitched, 10 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. Struck out 9 through 3.2. Gave up 10 hits and 2 earned runs, but he had 9 strikeouts.
Wasn't that day Soroka pitched?
Yeah, but so no pitcher has ever gone fewer than 4 innings while allowing at least 10 hits and still struck out at least 9 until that game. So he genuinely had a game nobody else has ever had. But like it worked. I mean, because they're playing the Orioles.
The fact that you had 102 pitches,
in
less
3.2,
is absurd.
It's crazy. But he only gave up 2 runs.
Yeah, that's just like.
And also,
that's fuck you baseball right there. Like he would walk someone and be like, all right, I'm okay, the next batter.
Yeah.
Walk another one, fuck you.
Yeah, I really don't get it. And then at the end of the night, I don't know if it's still active, but he led the MLB in strikeouts because of those 9 strikeouts.
Can you scroll down a little bit? Does it tell you left on base?
Oh, the left on base number is
I want to see.
It's jarring.
Does it tell you left on base anywhere?
It should. Yeah, team left on base 15.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
That is so bad.
Yeah, it's
and
not
to
good.
think about it, that you lost by 1 run.
Yep.
And you left. Oh, dude.
What? To what? I have good pitching to talk about. What? Paul Skeens? Yeah, Paul Skeens absolutely killed it. 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, 102 pitches, a textbook outstanding performance, and a 1-0 loss. Yeah. Brutal. Yeah, for Paul Skeens. Yep. I don't even know like how that happens. Wait,
how does that make sense?
That can't be a complete game. How? Pittsburgh had to.
Oh, it did.
Philly was the home team.
Yeah,
Never mind.
My bad.
Yeah. Oh, nice. But an 8 innings pitch complete game shouldn't count as a complete game. I get that, but it shouldn't count. But whatever. Let's talk about some good pitching other than that Paul Skeens start. Pablo Lopez against the Brewers, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits. You don't have to pull these out, Nathan. 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Pretty solid stuff from Pablo Lopez. This was a good one. Luis Severino and Landon Rupp. They went head-to-head for the A's and the Giants. In their combined lines, so both of them threw 6 shutout innings and both struck out 5 batters. Their combined lines, 12 innings pitched, 9 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Going into that game, if I saw those two pitching, I would not care.
Exactly, but both of them threw some outstanding games. And then Zach Wheeler against the Pirates, pretty a typical day of work for Zach Wheeler. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts.
He really got outpitched.
Yeah.
And won.
Yeah. Actually, I think Zach Wheeler might have pitched. That might have been yesterday. It could have been today. Reese Olson against the Blue Jays, 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Logan Webb against the A's, 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts on 107 pitches.
4 Ks through 8 innings is diabolical.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's really putting your guys to work.
Yeah.
But that's what Logan Webb does.
That's just
absurd. That's some Kyle Hendricks shit.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Now, that's some John Lester shit.
And then Joe Ryan had a good day against the Brewers. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts.
Is that 2 twins that you just shouted out? Joe Ryan and Pablo Lopez?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know why I'm shouting out the Twins? They won 9 straight games until today. They lost today, I think, which ended the win streak. But they won 9 straight games, and they're still 5 games behind the Tigers.
Tigers are fucking insane.
Tigers are unbelievable.
The thing that gives me hope for the Tigers is that Javi Baez is playing well.
Yeah, he's playing outstanding. His defense is awful.
He was literally
hitting.
He was their weakness.
Yeah,
I think he's the reason they were like. So they're here.
Mm-hmm.
He would bring him down to here, but playing well, they're up to here.
Yeah, I think I saw that his slugging just got to it was at 600. His slugging.
He's still right under 300 too for average.
Yeah,
he's at 291.
And
it's absurd.
His slugging. Where's he at?
485.
Okay, he just gotten over 500 the other day, and at that point in the season last year, his slugging was 299. It's crazy to see it, but I think
how many home runs did he end up with last year? Does he have more than his whole total last year?
I don't know. It's probably close. Let's see. He had 12 last year. That was doubles. Same amount, 6.
Yeah.
He's already matched his home run total from last year.
And he's only 4 away from runs.
Yeah.
Did he get hurt?
No, he got benched.
That's right.
Because he was awful. Let's talk a little bit about the Braves. Finally over 500, despite Brian Snitker's attempts at ruining that.
I just want to shout out their game today.
Yeah.
Because the offense was really... They put up 16 hits.
Yeah, that's what Schwellenbach needed because he didn't have a perfect game. Yeah, only 1 home run for the 10 runs. I think it was a 3-run shot, too. But yeah, Schwelly had a good day, except he was giving up runs, but luckily we actually gave him run support, which is great.
Wasn't the runs a grand slam?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was it was in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, 442
it was massive,
feet,
bro.
Yeah, 442 to dead center. That's brutal. I mainly want to talk about Saturday. I know it was an awful game, but I gotta just shit on Brian Snitker's decision making here. We definitely could have won. I mean, we were up 5-0 at one point, and then we were up 6-4 heading into the 8th. But Snit decided, you know what? This is a high leverage situation. Let's bring in Rafael Montero. Why? What would tell you, let's bring in Rafael Montero? All right. So then he gives up 2 runs immediately, gets pulled, and then Pierce Johnson comes in, and he sucks it up. Literally awful. Absolutely awful. And gives up the
even bringing Bummer
walk-off
in,
home
bro.
run. But also, Pierce Johnson comes in the game, allowed a hit, by the way, to try and clean up Montero's mess. Gets out of the inning, whatever. Why does he come back out? You don't have to let him.
I would have put Pierce Johnson in right after Grant Holmes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put Bummer in and then keep De Los Santos and then throw Diceable Hernandez.
Yeah, any of them. Diceable Hernandez could have come in. Fucking Scott Blewett could have come in.
No.
I literally would rather have Scott Blewett over Montero at least. Now, I'm not saying Pierce Johnson. Maybe in that moment, I'd probably take Blewett over Pierce Johnson.
Bring up Craig Kimbrell already.
Sure, whatever it takes. But
he's killing it.
Why did we finish that inning with Pierce Johnson? He gets you out of it. You have the option to go somewhere else, and then you're like, you know what? No, let's keep him in, and then immediately Rafael Devers walk-off home run.
You know, they were probably hoping that he was going to go out there, not give up a run, and they could bring in Iggy after that. Which then we would lose the game.
Yeah, of course. Which also, the offense, we had a decent chance of scoring a run in the top of the 9th, but we didn't do that either.
He managed that very poorly.
Yeah, and it's just, one of many from this season.
But Nathan, scroll back up real quick.
So badly. What?
I'm loving this lineup.
Our lineup?
I also didn't hate when Eli White was in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, I mean, Verdugo is going to hold on to that for now. But
I would much rather have a lefty in the leadoff spot than a righty. I don't know why. It's just like the appearance of it. It just looks better for me.
You better get over that soon.
Yeah, I know. But like righties aren't your like typical leadoff hitters.
Like if I had to guess, the whole lineup is just going to shift down. Like it would be weird to see Ozuna batting fifth, but I mean, whatever.
I think Verdugo will go like.
Do you want to keep Riley at 2?
I think they keep Riley at 2.
Okay. I think it's a little odd. It just doesn't seem right for him.
Braves lineups have always been odd.
I know, but it doesn't seem right. Drake Baldwin, though.
He's been killing it, bro.
Love Drake Baldwin so much.
354?
I showed him a lot of love on Friday's episode.
Can we trade Sean Murphy? Like low key?
No.
Why?
I mean, we need another catcher.
Who do we have like in AAA?
We signed somebody.
Well, like who's our third catcher?
What is this? Oh, the Royals are promoting Jack Caglione.
He'll probably be up before the end of the year.
Oh, is that just to AAA?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive he will be up before the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he probably will. But it's more about them finding a spot for him.
In today's game, like it used to take forever for players to work their way up through the farm system. Nowadays, like you can 1 to 2 years, you can be up in the pros.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always been guys that get up fast. It's just typically that like a guy like Bryce Harper's situation or Mike Trout's situation is so much different from like Jack Caglione.
Yeah,
because like Trout drafted straight out of high school, Harper essentially out of high school. He forewent his senior year of high school, played at a JUCO, kicked everybody's asses with a wood bat.
Went to Florida.
And then, what?
Caglione?
I'm talking about Bryce Harper.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said Caglione.
No. But Caglione went to Florida, played his time at Florida. He's already, what, 22? Probably? I mean, Bryce Harper made his debut before that. Yeah, there you go. Shout out. That's sick. But yeah, like that's why this guy's coming up fast. It just makes sense. I mean, there's plenty of guys that get up that quickly, and there's a bunch of people in his draft class that have already debuted. Yeah, and he's not even in the MLB yet either. Yeah. The last push to get into the league, that's the tough part, and also obviously holding on to your spot.
Yeah, I mean, AAA, you're basically playing pros.
Yeah.
Between.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you could be playing against Ronald Acuna. Or like an insanely good starting pitcher, too. That would suck. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we were talking about Wilmer Flores on one of our most recent episodes. I don't know which one it was, but I was talking about how good he is with runners in scoring position. His splits are ridiculous for it. But particularly on Friday against the Athletics, he was very good with runners in scoring position. He had a 10-pitch at-bat in the third inning with bases loaded, hits a grand slam to open up the scoring, makes it 4-0. Then follows it up in the sixth inning, 3-run home run. So he was responsible for all of the 7 runs they score up to that point. Then hits in another player with a single later in the game, gives him his 8th RBI of the game and his 42nd RBI.
He had
3 home runs. So that was a solo shot. My bad. I totally missed the third home run. I just thought he had a third hit. Yeah, shout out to Wilmer Flores because his splits when there's nobody on base, I think he's batting like below the Mendoza line. But with runners in scoring position, he's unbelievable. So Wilmer Flores with a hell of a night, and now he's leading the MLB in RBIs.
He's not your everyday 2-hole.
I think he is.
When you think of a 2-hole, you don't think Wilmer Flores.
No, but he's going to stay there.
Yeah, but that's what I meant. He's not like your typical 2-hole.
Yeah, I mean, it's very funny when you think about like the moves that the Giants have made the last couple of years, that their first 3 is Heliot Ramos, Wilmer Flores, Jung-Ho Lee.
Yeah.
Then it's Matt Chapman, Willie Adames.
Willie Adames has been struggling this year.
Yeah, he's batting .230 right now. Not great.
Well, it's because he's been hitting well recently.
Yeah.
He was
he
like
that
160
for sure. Yeah, he was struggling for a little bit. The Rockies finally got their 8th win. Somehow it was against the Diamondbacks.
Brother, we don't have to talk about the
And
Rockies.
it was 14-12. Well, we have to talk about how bad this was for the Diamondbacks. Because the Diamondbacks are 151-1 all time when scoring 12 or more runs. The one loss this game against the worst team ever. That's a problem. And as a franchise all time, they're 234-4 when scoring 11 or more runs in a game. 3 of those 4 losses are this season. How does that happen? How are you blowing games like that? That bad? Like, how can the pitching be so awful for a team that's built like this to be losing 3 games already this season where you've scored 11 or more runs? I don't know how that can even happen.
Yeah, I mean, like, your star pitchers aren't pitching well.
No, like the whole rotation is just underperforming.
Gallons hit like a massive brick wall.
Yeah,
this season.
Yeah, and like Corbin Burns is great, but like not Corbin Burns level.
How long is Jordan Lawler going to go without getting a hit?
I don't even know. I really don't get it.
Does he have a hit? Did he get a hit today?
No. He might go a little while.
He might go back down.
He might. Yeah.
I don't know why like you take Perdomo out of shortstop.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird that like they brought him up in 2023. He obviously was not good then either. Spends a whole year in the minor leagues for 2024. Now you bring him back up when like the team is scoring runs.
Mm-hmm.
You decide you got to bring him up, and he's still just as bad. I mean, it's just I don't think it's going to work out, man. Sorry.
Bro, the top 4 teams in the West, holy shit.
It's insane. I mean, and the Dodgers and the Padres both have lost their last 3 games.
Yeah, it's San Fran's on a 3-game win streak.
Yeah, Arizona's now in 4th at 25-22. They have 25 wins. They're 4th in their division.
Tickets are $34 for Dodgers Diamondbacks?
It's on a Monday.
I guess 34 is expensive for nosebleeds.
Yeah. Okay, I have a couple things. If Nathan wants to pull them up, they're saved in my Reddit. First being the Red Sox City Connect jerseys. They released these like right after I got done recording the podcast on Friday. I think these are the best City Connect jerseys. I'll say it. I genuinely think they are the best.
I like these. I saw these. These are sick.
Luke has been like messing with me about how critical I am of these City Connect jerseys that keep coming out, but they all suck.
Yeah, they're not.
These are amazing. Yeah. These are 100%. Yeah, it's simple. It's a fun color. The hats are beautiful.
And it represents something.
Yeah, exactly. And it represents something that is so fucking clear.
Yeah.
Yes, it actually has to do with the team, not like some random part that has to do with the city. Not to like shit on their last jerseys and what they were for, but it's more that the jersey itself was awful.
Talking about the bright yellow?
Yes. It's so bad. But like I get that it's for like the Boston Marathon and whatnot. But
the pinstripe's kind of ugly.
Yeah, it goes perfectly with the jersey. Yeah. I don't like that they're wearing different colored belts. That kind of bothers me.
It's Jarren Duran, man.
Yeah, I mean he could do whatever he wants. I don't care. But yeah, I think these are easily the best City Connects we've seen at all, like hands down. Moises Ballesteros came up for the Cubs. Or sorry, is he? Yeah, he's on the Cubs. And that is how he got his first RBI. But you got to look closely when he swings because his shoe comes off. This guy recorded his first career RBI with one shoe on.
Make people remember you, bro.
Yeah, and he reached safely too. That was a real close play though. There at home.
Is that Carson Kelly running?
I think so.
Is it?
Wait, is it?
I think it is.
It's a pretty big guy. Looks like a catcher.
You can stop right there. It'll tell you when he rolls.
Oh. No, I don't think that was Kelly. I don't know who it was, but it wasn't him. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious that his shoe fell off for his first RBI. Yeah, check out this Randy Arozarena perfect bunt. Absolutely perfect bunt. It was not a bunt whatsoever, but look at that. How amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, stops on the foul line. Full hard swing.
I mean, if you're a pitcher, there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah, I mean, Randy got so lucky. But it's just how hard he swung, too. And that's what it results in, is it literally just stops in the middle of the foul line.
Hey.
It's hilarious. And that's in the top of the ninth.
You got to take whatever you can get when it comes to getting a hit.
Exactly. And then this was an interesting situation. This is not the first time I've seen Kenley Jansen do this, but he committed an intentional balk while Ohtani was on second base because, and he does this all the time. If it's a run that he doesn't mind giving up, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, yeah, he doesn't want Ohtani or whoever's on second base reading the sign. And Ohtani was like, no, I don't want to go. And they were like, you have to. But yeah, Kenley Jansen, this is genius.
Yeah, it's been done before.
Yeah. But I saw so many people being like, why would he ever do that? It's a strategic thing.
It's a meaningless run.
Yeah, it's a meaningless run that, I mean, it's technically not meaningless because Mookie could still tie the game, but I mean, whether Ohtani's on second or third, if Mookie hits a home run, they tie the game regardless. But yeah, Kenley Jansen, that's a vet move right there. Intentionally balking to move the runner off of second base so that they can't read the sign is hilarious and also genius. But that's all I've got for the MLB. Did I miss anything big? What? Yeah, the umpires couldn't tell, which was very funny. Yeah, because he always had like those like weird movements in his windup anyways, but that one he literally just pulls his back foot off the mound and leans forward. Yeah, he might as well have. I thought that was a genius thing that I like spotlighting because I think we've probably talked about him doing this before, but when I saw people's reactions online, I was like, okay, yeah, we got to talk about it because
used to
there's
do that in
an inherent advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, because we'd always be able to tell if they got on second, like they'll like drop their left hand for fastball, right hand for off speed. And I got to a point where I literally like just lifted the leg, stepped without throwing the ball, and let him go to third.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I see plenty of videos. It's like the day after a game happens, like some pitcher got shelled, and then you just see like it's typically catchers. Yeah. Catchers, if they're running and they're on second base, they obviously have found out ways to read every other catcher's signs in the league or whatever. But also, like, isn't that the whole point of pitch comm?
Yeah.
So why are we not just using it that way? There's literally like at the tournaments that I'm at, there are kids using pitch comm. A lot of them.
Lucas used to be able to like tell if they were picking up signs. Yeah. And if he could, he would just like throw his hand out and just go like that out to them.
Or you just throw up fake signs. And there's also catchers that like they'll just have different signs for when somebody's on base. Like, I mean, that's a very normal thing to do as well. But you definitely still see people just picking up signs very easily at second base, even in the MLB.
I mean, me and Lucas used to come up with like the filthiest signs too, like crazy combos that would take like a minute to go through.
Yeah. Dude, that's one thing that I just like have never understood is when like you're trying to get the infield into like a different alignment or whatever, and the catcher comes out and does all the signs.
Oh, like first and third situation stuff like that. Yeah.
That like
I used to
over my head.
I would never pay attention I would only pay attention because it's either going to be his first touch or his last touch.
Gotcha.
Wherever that's at is what is the play like. So there could be like left shoulder is going to be shortstop cuts the throw to second, goes home.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Like top of the head could be throw back to the pitcher. Like as hard as you can. That was the scariest fucking shit ever.
I'm sure. That sounds awful.
Lucas would call that just to piss me off.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. Let's move on from the MLB. Talk a little bit of NFL. I guess let's start with the Brock Purdy extension. 5 years, $265 million for him. Getting $53 million per year, $181 million guaranteed. It's a lot of money, but like I guess he deserves it. I mean, maybe. It's so weird because obviously the needle kind of gets pushed every year.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, well, he doesn't deserve this money. But then, like, 3 years from now, when he's still got 2 more years on his deal, we're going to be like, oh, Brock Purdy's like the 15th highest paid quarterback. And that makes sense. Like,
I think it's too much
for now, but then in a couple of years, it's going to be fine. That's just how these deals work.
I don't see this 49ers team getting any better.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Brock Purdy doesn't stay exactly how he is right now.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And everybody else just passes him in money. That's what I'm saying. Is that this deal is going to make sense in a couple of years, but right now you might be scratching your head. But it's the same reason why like Trevor Lawrence still makes more money than him.
I don't think the 49ers make playoffs this year.
Probably not. I mean, they took a significant step back last year with the whole team.
Not with how good the Rams are.
Yeah.
I think they could come last in their division.
The 49ers? I mean, they did it last year.
Did they come last?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, it could definitely happen again. Because I think the Cardinals significantly improved. The Seahawks, who knows? It's really just contingent on Darnold's success.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Darnold the Cup.
Oh, JSN.
He'll be blocking.
I don't think JSN's going to be blocking. But yeah, I do think the Brock Purdy extension, it's deserved. It's a lot of money. But like I said, I think it's one of those moves that makes sense later. But
that's fair.
$53 million a year does seem crazy.
You know a lot more about all like the salary cap hits, stuff like that than I do.
Not much. I don't know that much.
But like you're more familiar with like
where like
pay, salary and shit like that, or I'm just more worried about how they perform on the field.
Yeah. And well, I'm worried about that too. But for the 49ers' sake, you were not gonna get this deal done probably any lower than that. Like I'm sure they probably started at 50.
Yeah.
They probably started at 50, and then he was like, okay, well, you guys are saying that I'm not better than this guy. And then you're like, oh, well, I guess you are. How about 53? Like, that's just how it goes. And it's also a front-loaded contract. So the first 3 years, he's going to get $55 million a year, and then it's going to teeter off later. So, like, that also kind of helps them out, too, where you're not going to have as much money to put up front if in 3 years you're like, all right, we got to move on from this guy. Because he is 26 already. So that is also the big part of it as well. Okay, let's talk about the Falcons. Nathan, pull up their entire schedule. We're going to go game by game. Nathan, could you keep track of what Colin and what my record is for the each of us?
We have 5 primetime games.
It's pretty crazy.
Third highest, tied with the Packers.
Pretty awesome. I talked about it on Friday's episode, but the Commanders, Cowboys, and Chiefs have the most at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gray.
Yeah.
You want to go to that Commanders game?
Ooh. No, it's in Washington. Oh, no, it's at home.
It's at home.
Never mind.
Right before the bye week?
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
we would have to do the podcast after, but it's a 1:00 game. We'll think about it.
It's a possibility.
It is. It's
We'll get some good seats, too, so you can be up close watching Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. The closer, the better.
Beat the fuck out of the Falcons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to manhandle us. Don't worry about that.
Tickets as low as $59.
That's not bad. It's not bad. But we could go see the Dolphins for $47.
I'd rather spend the extra money and go watch the Commanders.
$37. Look at that.
All right. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Week 1, Tampa Bay at home.
Loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident in that one.
Yeah.
I hate opening the season with a division game.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it definitely can be. I'm very intrigued by what the Falcons' defense might look like with such an improved defensive line.
Are we giving like a score prediction?
Nah.
Just losses.
I don't think that.
I was about to go
we have
in
enough
depth.
info yet. But
exact scoring plays.
I think that the strides that Tampa Bay took this offseason, like the fact that they were able to bring back Godwin and they had a really strong draft class, I think they're just gonna.
Oh, and what I've been seeing, so Igbuka is gonna play more on special teams than offense this year.
That makes sense.
So we're looking at him being their kick returner.
Great. So count us in for that. Young Wei Koo's gonna have a kick returned off.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, it's chalked. We lost.
Yeah. Okay. At Minnesota, I think it's a win. JJ McCarthy's first primetime game. Give me that.
I'm chalking it as an L.
Okay. And that's
mainly
fair.
because it is a primetime game in Minnesota.
That I get that part for sure.
I don't think Penix is going to be able to score.
Revenge game. Penix against J.J. McCarthy revenge game.
I don't think Penix is going to be able to thrive against that Minnesota defense. I think that defensive front for Minnesota
great.
Is just going to...
The secondary, not that worried about that.
Is Penix going to have time to get the ball out of his hands?
I don't know.
That's the thing.
I don't know. We have a decent offensive line, but
and
I hope we address
does Minnesota shut down Bijan?
No.
So
they don't have as much of a run defense. But
they have hawking linebackers that can shut them down.
We'll see. At Carolina's a win. What?
I have us starting 0-3.
You're fucking stupid.
How?
We're not losing at Carolina. We are not losing at Carolina. I don't care.
I see us more losing at Carolina than we'll win at home against Carolina.
Well, yeah, but we're not going to do either. We're going to beat the Panthers both times this season.
Okay.
Do not worry about that.
Okay.
So I've got us at 2-1.
Okay.
We're gonna lose to the Commanders.
Yeah. We're going into the bye week 0-4.
No, we're not.
Yep.
For you, we are. But
oh shit!
Whatever.
It only gets worse.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I think we can win some of those. I mean, think about last year.
Yeah.
We won the early games, and then we shit the bed in the middle of the schedule.
Trust me. I'm saying what I think is gonna happen, not what I want to happen.
I get that, but you should. I think you should think a little harder. We're gonna lose the bye week, for sure.
What the?
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, wait, is that Germany game?
Yeah, it is. Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
Buffalo.
Yeah, prime time against Buffalo. It's at home, which helps, but we're losing for sure.
Monday night, I might go to that. Fuck it, I might want to go.
That'll cost you.
Yeah. All right, I got us winning against San Fran.
Me too.
Week 7.
Another primetime game.
Yeah,
back-to-back primetime games I don't love. But I do think we can beat San Francisco.
Yeah.
So I've got us 2-4? Yeah.
3-3.
Do I?
Yeah, because you have us winning Minnesota, Carolina, and San Fran. And then losing Buffalo.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, 3-3.
Yeah. I got us 1-5.
Miami,
and then I think we're gonna beat Miami.
Yeah, Miami's weird. That's one of those teams where I got to see him play to like have any kind of feel for him. But
I think it's a win.
We can beat Miami, and I think we'll beat New England. Actually, I don't know.
It's at New England.
Yeah, in November too.
I think we lose that game.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I am going to go for a loss because Vrabel has totally changed that team so much.
And I think this year we see Drake May just completely take over for the Patriots.
So. I think he's going to be really good. Okay, but this is where things look good.
Yep.
This is where things get good.
It's a dub.
Colts is a dub,
but it's
even in
it's
Germany.
Overseas,
but we're literally the German team.
Yep. So we'll still be like favored home field advantage.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah. Air quotes.
We've got that one. We've got Colts.
Yeah.
We've got Carolina at home.
That's
a win.
We do. I'm with you on this one.
We're definitely beating New Orleans on the road. I don't care what quarterback is starting.
We are.
Don't care. And we're beating the Jets too, because the Jets are awful. And they will remain that way. Say it. Don't just shake your head.
I was just looking at Nathan. We're gonna lose to the Jets.
Why?
At New York, and we won't be able to contain Justin Fields.
Justin Fields can't contain himself. We'll be fine.
Which makes him even more dangerous.
I don't know. Maybe once again to himself. Seattle to me is very similar to Miami, where I don't know
see
what
them play.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're gonna look like. I'll
put this as a win.
I'm gonna go with a loss. I think we lose to Seattle, especially because I had us winning 4 in a row, and I don't think we win 5 in a row.
Yeah. Tampa Bay, we lost.
Yeah, I think
at Tampa Bay, Thursday night game. That's a loss
by Tampa, for sure. I think we lose to the Cardinals as well.
I do as well.
Yeah.
Glad we're on the same page for that.
Yeah, and we're losing to the Rams.
Yes.
And we're beating the Saints.
Yes. See, I agree with you on the last 4.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know. I have this like idea in my brain that things are going to go pretty similar to last year.
Yeah. I try not to think about previous seasons because then I just disappoint myself for the upcoming season.
Tampa's going to win like 10, 11 games, at least.
Tampa's my dark horse to win the Super Bowl this year.
Sure. I mean, they're very talented. But, I mean, we're not going to win the division. That's not happening.
I want to see Baker win a Super Bowl so bad.
I don't really want to, considering he's a Buccaneer. I don't think I could ever wish for another team in my division to win a Super Bowl. It's not going to happen.
Would you guys like to know your final record predictions?
Yeah.
Colin has the Falcons going 7-10.
Yeah, it's better than you had initially.
I had them winning 3 more games.
I thought you had them as 5.
Oh,
yeah,
my
you
bad.
said 5.
5-12. And Grayson has them pulling a Steelers and going 9-8.
See, but like 9-8 is a realistic number for this team. I think so.
So 7-10.
Yeah, I honestly don't think so.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, no,
they're winning
I'm
between
saying
7
that's. I
and
think
10.
that's like a pretty good.
I think they're winning from 7 to 10.
Yeah, somewhere from. Yeah,
It's in that range.
Yeah.
Because some of those games could be flip flopped.
for sure.
You know, like Seattle's iffy.
Yeah,
Jets are iffy.
yeah. Miami, New
I
England.
mean, you guys took 4 games where you picked opposites. So
Yeah.
if
What games were those?
that
it would
was
be a lot
week
of the
2 and
early
3,
ones. Yeah,
and then weeks 13 and 14.
I still can't believe you're saying that we're going to lose on the road to Carolina.
I think we're just gonna split. Honestly, it could be either way. I think we go 1-1 against Carolina.
Y'all don't think we pull some magic off against Tampa Bay this year?
No.
No,
You don't think Penix is going to throw for 509 yards?
No.
I don't think.
On an October
I don't
night?
think Raheem Morris has got it in him.
I don't think it's
I don't-
Raheem Morris's fault that Kirk Cousins sucks dick outside of the month of October.
I don't think Penix is ready for these primetime games.
I mean, why not? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have JJ McCarthy winning his second game of his career.
The only
in
reason
prime
I have it
time.
happening is because it's in Minnesota. That is it.
Ah,
Because, like,
I
home.
think your phone's dying.
No, it's
I don't know what that was.
Live 360.
Oh, nice.
Home field advantage plays a part in those primetime
For
games.
sure, it does. But home field advantage doesn't
Especially
help teams
Minnesota.
that aren't going to be good.
Bro, when they have the whole stadium sculling,
Yeah,
shit's wrapped.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Kirk revenge game from the bench. He's going to be getting
Nah.
revenge via the clipboard.
Justin Jefferson might have 4 touchdowns.
Sure, but we'll win 31-28.
That was good.
Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to be overly optimistic with the Falcons. I think we're going to go 9-8 and miss
Yeah.
the playoffs.
Let me guess. You're also going to say this is going to be a Kyle Pitts breakout year,
No,
right?
I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. Drake London breakout year, yeah.
I hope so. If the other wide receivers can stay healthy to actually let him have more one-on-one opportunities.
Yeah.
But no, if
Drake London, Bijan Robinson.
if
they're taking it to
Rondale
the
Moore
promised
or
land.
Darnell Mooney get hurt, then Drake London's going to get double covered every time.
Yeah, Rondale Moore's not on the team.
Did we drop him?
I think he was a 1-year deal.
All right,
He's already
bet.
gone.
So Nick Nash, sorry.
I don't.
Nick
I
Nash will
assume
probably
Nick Nash
be-
is not wide receiver 3, but
You don't think he'll be our slot guy?
no, not to start. Who? Yeah, Rondale Moore's a Viking.
All right, so Rondell Moore is going to score 3 touchdowns.
That's not happening. Maybe Jalen Naylor.
Well, we know it's not going to be Johnny Munt.
That's true. He's not there anymore.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
He went somewhere, right?
Yeah, he did, but I don't know where he went. He might be a Saint. No, they have too many tight ends.
Why do I feel like he's like a Charger?
Maybe
Jaguar.
Oh yeah, they needed tight ends. That makes sense.
He's not going to start over Brenton Strange.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, he'll probably play, but R.I.P. Johnny Munt. Yeah, Nathan's got a couple of listings. So yeah, that's the Falcons' records. I have us winning 9 games. Colin has us winning 7. We'll probably win 4.
Oh, but if I said here that
I'm
we would have
just
won
joking,
4, you
though.
would have.
I'm joking because the Falcons suck dick as a franchise, not as a team. Every NFL team's most underrated player. I've already seen
Interesting.
this, and I agree with a lot of it. Obviously, there's plenty of guys you could go to elsewhere on these teams just because everybody's got underrated players. Yeah. And I love the one that's highlighted, the one that's featured, Tarheeb Still. I talked about
He's
him
very
before
good.
the season started as a guy that, like, I think I had him as like a surprise player when me and Luke previewed the AFC West, and I was like, oh, this guy's really good.
Yeah.
And he is very good. I mean, he was good enough for them to just be like, yeah, we don't need Asante Samuel Jr. back. Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think is underrated
Yeah. Wait, how?
for the Cardinals. I don't I don't think so. I mean, I think he's properly rated. I mean, yeah, he was probably arguably overrated, but I think it was also like he just didn't he get hurt and for like a couple weeks, and also
Who's
it just
that?
wasn't a great offense.
Who's that other wide receiver?
Talking about Michael Wilson?
Yeah, I feel like he's more underrated than
Maybe. They have
Marvin Harrison.
a defensive tackle that they like just re-signed this year. They extended him. I think he is, but I literally am blanking on his name. That's how underrated he is.
Yeah, it's weird. I kind of need rosters to look at.
Yeah. Dalvin Tomlinson.
Yeah,
Dalvin Tomlinson is very underrated.
Didn't he came from either the Vikings or the Chargers. Vikings.
Yeah, Dalvin Tomlinson's very good. I think he might be the most underrated player. Or Sean Murphy Bunting. I feel like not a lot of people talk about him as like a pretty good corner.
What'd you say? Yeah, Dalvin Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah. Darnell Mooney for the Falcons is an interesting one. I mean, sure.
You could
He
also
was
shout
very
out
good
either
last
one of
year.
our linebackers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think Ellis probably more underrated.
Than Nate Landman.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Ellis is just totally underappreciated in general. I mean, it's a travesty that he did not make All-Pro.
Yeah.
Crazy. I'm trying to think of who else would be. I mean, is Tyler Algier underrated? I know he doesn't get like a ton of usage, but like he's pretty good.
He be talking a lot of shit on TikTok and shit.
That was not him. It wasn't even spelled right. That TikTok comment that you were talking about?
I don't know if it was a comment.
Oh, I saw like people were like posting this comment of Tyler Algiers on like a TikTok. Like people kept saying like Tyler Algiers talking shit about like Bucky Irving or something.
Oh yeah, that might have been.
Yeah, but it was just the username was spelled wrong.
I saw it at like 5 this morning, so
Gotcha.
I was probably still asleep.
Yeah. Rashad Bateman, I like that for the Ravens. I think it's a good take. I think he is pretty underrated.
Nate Wiggins.
Yeah, I mean, but I think Nate Wiggins is the same thing with Marvin Harrison Jr. I think everybody knows Nate Wiggins is good. It's just you don't really know that much about him because he was just a rookie. Same thing. I think it's stupid.
Isaiah Likely?
Maybe. I think people know like how good he is, but he's also like he didn't have a great season last year.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I just don't think we should be putting second-year players on this. Like guys going into their second year. Jalen McMillan shouldn't be on here.
Yeah.
Braden Fisk shouldn't be on here. Like they just haven't had the time to be notable. Kamari Lassiter. I think everybody knows Kamari Lassiter is very good.
Yeah. He does not need to be on this list.
Yeah, but like Tyler Biotish is like one of the best centers in the league and has been for like 6 years. That's a great take for the Commanders. Arden Key is a great take for the Titans.
Roshan Johnson's interesting.
Yeah.
For the Bears.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's I mean,
crazy.
I think you can put him there because we haven't even gotten to see him play. But that's also kind of a weird reason to put him there. Yeah, but I can't really think of anybody else.
Could you throw Cole Kmet in there over Roshan?
I don't think Cole Kmet is
over Roshan least?
I think he's very accurately rated.
Okay. Can't really think of any other Bear.
Yeah, no, there's not a lot of good choices, so maybe Roshan Johnson just works. Robert Spillane is a fantastic pick for the Patriots, even though he hasn't played a game for them.
Paulson Adebo?
Yeah, Paulson Adebo's not...
Didn't he just come from the Saints?
Yeah, same thing. He hasn't played a game for them, but he is relatively underrated, but I don't think he's all that good. I mean, I've seen him get cooked. Jake Ferguson is a weird take for the Cowboys. I think he's pretty average, and I think that's how everybody sees him.
I think underrated could be like Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah, Jalen Tolbert is definitely underrated. But, yeah, I don't know about Jake Ferguson. I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, people like Jawan Jennings for the 49ers. I don't think he's underrated.
Yeah, no, there's some holes in this one.
Byron Murphy Jr., he's a star.
Whoever the guy is for the Colts, never heard of that dude. So, Raymond, something? Probably Bernard Raymond.
Oh, yeah, no.
I've never heard of that guy. So he must be. Is Reed Blankenship underrated?
No.
I think he's just white. I think that's the only...
I think he's just on a team full of superstars, and he just happens to be one of the lower superstars on that team.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
yeah, I'm done looking at this list.
Yeah, there's a lot of holes in here. Zach Sealer, great pick.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I respect Cedric Tillman, though, for the Browns. I think that's good.
Yeah.
He's underrated.
That is true. Cedric Tillman is pretty good. Same with Zach Allen for the Broncos. He was unbelievable.
How do you feel about the
last year.
Bengals being Dax Hill?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of underrated guys. You're either outstanding if you're on the Bengals,
Or you suck.
and by outstanding, I just mean Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and
You're either
I guess Chase
outstanding
Brown.
and play offense,
Yeah,
or
and
you
T.
suck
Higgins.
and you play
Yeah,
defense.
exactly. Or you're
Or you're Evan McPherson and you kick.
yeah. Who's the Cam Taylor-Britt?
Yeah, dude.
He's the only good defensive player other than Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah,
who-
but let's be honest.
probably not
If
gonna
he
be on
didn't
that
have
team.
that one-handed interception, people wouldn't be talking about him that much.
I mean, I was talking about him before that, but I think you actually have to watch the
Yeah.
Bengals to be like, oh, that guy's good.
that pick though was insane.
That was an insane interception.
Back turn, just turns.
Yeah.
And just, woo.
All right, what is the other list you had for us, Nathan?
Real quick,
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you guys a trivia question about Bernard Raymond.
Oh, is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Try to take a guess at his name of his high school.
What?
This could literally be anything.
Yes,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
could,
that's-
and it's crazy. I'll give you this.
De La Salle.
No, he grew up in Austria.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm good.
Auschwitz.
Austria High School.
Wait, no, it's Poland. I was just trying to think of something
Austria
that
High
would be
School.
crazy
It's in
hard
Vienna.
to guess. Okay, Vienna.
Vienna High School.
He went to Ball Sport Gymnasium Wien.
Dude, that's sick. Ball Sport Gymnasium.
That is the name of the school, and I googled it to make sure that was real and not somebody fucking around.
I mean,
on
that's obviously
Wikipedia.
the English translation, I would assume.
No, yes.
Yeah.
Technically, it's Bildungsangblatt.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said that in like I
said
think
it
the
more
wrong
Asian,
accent.
yeah.
I
The
think.
the dung threw me off and
Yeah,
made me
that's
go
fair.
into Korean accent,
That's fair.
and I only know one phrase in Korean, so that doesn't make much sense.
Okay.
I mean, they're actually. I think it's just Ball Sport Gymnasium.
Okay. Shout out to
Their
Bernard.
Instagram that is fully in whatever. What
Austrian?
They speak Austrian.
I think so. It's probably German.
It's probably
or
German.
something very close.
Is literally Ball Sport Gymnasium _ Wien.
Nice. All right. Okay. What's the
Crazy.
other list?
Other list we have is players to break out this season.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like this.
Bryce
Oh, wait,
Young
I actually
to
saw
start.
this.
I think I
Best
might have seen
candidates
this
for a
one too.
breakout season.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's number one is Bryce Young. Is it a breakout season if he's already kind of heading? He's been heading towards that.
No, because we're talking like fully breakout. Like,
But, like, no,
show why
what
he's
I-
the number.
Okay, but is he going to do that? Because I don't think so.
I think he has the most potential
Does
out of
he?
these guys.
I don't think. Stop, dude. Get Shiga Konkwo off this fucking list. Oh my god.
Why is Chris Olave on this list?
Yeah, that one is weird. Yeah, he might get traded to the Steelers. That's what I saw. Yeah, I mean, Chris Olave could break out because he's not going to have Derek Carr killing him. Yeah, Bryce Young makes sense. I'm not saying he shouldn't be on this list. I don't know if he's number one because Bryce Young could definitely just throw for like 200 or 2,500 yards next year.
Also, like I feel like Caleb should be higher just because I feel like quarterback should be like the top 3,
Yeah.
and then you have your other position players because
I think quarterback is like a whole different conversation.
yeah, quarterbacks have the expectation.
Yeah, I think
to
Roman
break out.
Wilson's an awful take at 5.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think Roman Wilson's ever really going to be that good.
because what your 2 is DK and Calvin Austin, right?
Yeah,
Is Roman your 3?
I guess. Didn't they also sign Robert Woods? So he's
yeah,
there.
but he's old as
Yeah, I know.
fuck.
I'm just pointing out wide receivers that play there.
Yeah, but if they go out and get Chris Olave,
Yeah, exactly.
Roman
Roman
not
Wilson, get the
touching
fuck
field.
out of town, dude. Jalen Warren at 14. I hate that pick, too. I don't even know if he's going to be the starting running back with Caleb Johnson.
Hasn't Tyrone Tracy didn't he have a good year last year?
Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. Breakout year. Tyrone Tracy was a dog last year. He was really good.
Did he rush for over 1,000?
Yeah.
I think he did.
He at least had 1,000 all-purpose, but he also didn't start the whole season. So
I feel like he had a good year last year.
yeah, he did. He had 839, but I think he had 1,000 all-purpose. Yeah.
That's fine.
I think Dalton Kincaid's a weird name to see on there too. Does he? Well, I feel like you just keep Kincaid and get rid of Dawson Knox. Isn't he still there?
They also just signed the dude from Georgia Tech,
Yeah, that too.
Jackson Hawes or something like that.
Yeah, they got Jackson Hawes.
Tajay Spears is interesting.
Yeah, I like Tajay Spears, but also Tony Pollard's still there. I don't know why they think Tajay Spears is going to break out.
I like Ricky Pearsall being on this list.
Pearsall is great. McCarthy is weird because it's not a breakout. It's just his first chance.
Yeah.
He hasn't played. He's not technically going to be allowed to be a rookie.
Drake May, we'll see.
Yeah. I
I
understand having Bryce and Drake May and Caleb Williams, but JJ McCarthy literally hasn't played, so I don't know how you can call that a breakout.
Neither is Roman Wilson, really.
He was on the team.
Yeah, but he didn't play.
Not really. But JJ was hurt. What?
Why in football is J.J. McCarthy not considered a rookie, but in basketball and baseball and all these other ones, there's like a limit on how much you can play before you're a rookie?
That's because
I have no idea. Well, I guess it's kind of the same with the NBA. There's not really.
I mean, technically, yes, you could get to the G League, but like Ben Simmons is like the biggest one where he got injured.
He just kept playing like 10 games.
Well, no, he just didn't play the whole season, then won Rookie of the Year the next year.
Yeah, he did it twice. He deferred it twice because he got hurt, didn't play at all, played like 10 games, and then
but then J.J. McCarthy doesn't play a full season, doesn't even see the
play
field,
a single game,
and doesn't get.
But A.J. Smith-Shawver is a rookie.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. I feel like he should be allowed.
Well, because there's like there's a
chance
specific, at least in the NBA and in the MLB, there's a specific amount of games you have to play to lose your rookie status. Yes. Whereas in the NFL, there's just not. It's just were you drafted in this most recent draft class or undrafted?
I mean, I don't know if he would win Rookie of the Year, but I feel like he should have the chance.
No, I don't care. I think it just makes the decision harder.
Just don't get hurt.
Yeah, and then it's also like I'm sitting here and the whole season I'm like, okay, Rookie of the Year, these guys got drafted this year, and then like JJ McCarthy's in the conversation. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to deal with that. Any other takes on this list?
Sucks.
Yeah, I think Marvin Harrison Jr. makes sense just because he'll probably get more volume this season. Yeah, Drake May makes sense. Shiga Okonkwo, get the fuck out of town. Yeah, Cedric Tillman. I think he's the only name we didn't say on this whole list, but we talked about him earlier. But he's good, I think. I think that's about as good as you can get about Cedric Tillman. He's good. Probably won't be like an outstanding player. Why'd you just click on Sergei Bobrovsky's name on Twitter?
The only reason he's getting so much love is because Jerry Jeudy's going to be double covered by everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And whoever the fuck's going to be throwing the ball will have to throw to him. Okay, anything else for the NFL before we talk about the PGA Championship?
Hell no.
Okay, well then I will keep this relatively brief.
Short and sweet.
Possible. I'm trying.
Sweetheart.
So I already talked about Thursday, so we're not going to talk about Thursday. So we're going to start with Friday. Friday started off kind of weird with Jonathan or Jonathan, whatever, however you say his name actually, Vegas as the sole leader heading into the day at 7 under. Eric Cole at like 7:45 in the morning hits an ace to start the day. Yeah.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah, and then about an hour later, Max Homa almost aced the 340-yard par 4, put it about 2 feet from the cup, and he was 5 under through his first 6 holes and 6 under on the first 9 they played.
The fact that they have so much like ball control with the driver,
it's unbelievable. Yeah, like on that
absurd.
same hole, I think either today or yesterday, Scottie put it within 3 feet with the driver.
If I'm in a driver, there's no way I can get control to where it settles on the green.
Yeah, I think it was probably round 3 on 14. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, and he also eagled it. But yeah, like that hole was such a weird one because it is a drivable par 4, but still, like that's so difficult.
Just
to put it
depends
there.
where the pin's at.
What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It depends where the pin's at. It depends in the front,
but it's also
only 300.
I'm pretty sure there's a bunker right in front of the green on that hole too.
I know someone who can eagle that.
Sure. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that can eagle that. I mean, everybody that played in this tournament has the abilities, I'm sure, except Dustin Johnson. Dustin Johnson was so bad this weekend. At one point, he was plus 10. He was only ahead of club pros. That's it. on the whole leaderboard. He was only ahead of club pros, and then he double bogeyed after that to go to plus 12. The only person he was ahead of was Michael Block, which is the guy that was the club pro that played really well at this last year. He actually, Michael Block, just on Friday alone, shot plus 12, which is brutal.
What are you shooting out here?
Out there? Oh, God. Yeah, like, I don't know if I'm breaking 150.
I think you could.
I don't think so.
Just don't even pull out driver. Just
Dude, like, the hot round on day one was 7 under. Scottie Scheffler shot 2 under. I'm shooting like a 200.
no. I think you could go like 25 over.
You're out of your mind.
No. Not 20. I meant more like 40, 45 over.
That's probably relatively realistic. But
Yeah.
I think that would literally have to be me playing like a safe iron shot off every
That's
tee
what I'm
pad.
saying.
Yeah,
Just, like,
if I played it,
play for bogey on
yeah.
every hole.
yeah, if that's how it was going, maybe. But I don't know, man.
Play for bogey and 2-putt everything.
I don't know if 2-putting's gonna happen either. Did you guys see the putt that Tyrrell Hatton tried to make for birdie?
I did not.
He was literally the cup is over here and he's just facing that way. It was unreal to watch. But to go through on Friday as well with Vegas as well, he had this crazy shot that like went viral because in round 2 on 17 from the front left pin placement, he was just off to the right of the green shooting on 17. And he hit, if you can, we're looking at the map right now. You would say, oh, how was his drive to the right? It hit off a rake for the bunker and went straight left over to where his shot actually ended up, where that pin, like right in line with the pin, set him up for a 33-foot putt, I believe.
And it looks like
on the other side of the green. Yeah, he did miss the putt and then he tapped in. But still, like, that's insane. It literally hit off of a rake and shot straight left. And it just happened as well that the pin placement was front left. It was crazy. Yeah, here. It's showing the video right there. I think you can, yeah. Oh, yeah, here we go. So it literally, like, they're all watching it go like a little bit right of the green, hits the rake, just rolls across.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And this guy's already got the solo lead. This guy's like world number 70. He's got the solo lead at a major, and he's getting that kind of break. It's
I would have went
unbelievable.
right in the water.
Yeah. We also had Siwoo Kim on the 6th. He hit an ace on a 252-yard hole, which nobody really talked about it in the moment. But the next day I saw on Twitter, that was the longest ace in recorded major championship history. 252 yards from Siwoo Kim, who had just the absolute most up and down day today. But round 2, that's a pretty big ace on the scorecard there.
252 par 3. That's a long par 3.
Yeah. And yeah, an unbelievable ace for him.
Probably a 4-iron for them.
Probably hit a hybrid. Yeah.
That's
But he also took the craziest line too.
Yeah, he took
He went up the trees.
he took the safety slice.
Yeah. And like to play it over that bunker too, to make the hole in one is crazy. But he just
Sabi said that's like the best like shot in golf.
yeah.
It's just the safety slice.
Yeah. Like that is just unbelievable. And it was kind of moving it hot too. So it looked like it might not go in, but it literally perfect pace.
That's a
fell
good reaction
in.
right there.
Yeah, just tossed the club, which is a horrible idea.
Wait, where'd the club?
It landed right next to where you're standing right there. Yeah, see, you picked it
Oh.
up. But horrible idea to be throwing your club because if it breaks, you don't get to use it for the rest of the tournament. So acing on Friday and breaking your club would not have been a good idea. Yeah, dude, golf cameramen should be the highest paid cameramen in all of sports, probably. The way that they're able to track the ball is actually unbelievable.
Yeah.
But they're also so far away. Like they have like the craziest lenses. But yeah, so that was an interesting Friday. And then you go to Saturday. Vegas still the sole leader at 8 under. So we only shot 1 under on the day. But Siwoo, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Mathieu Pavon all at 6 under. Scheffler and Homa at 5 under. going into Saturday. Moving day was going to be crazy, and then they also had a 3-hour rain delay to start the day, which made the course play 1,000 times different from how it played on Friday. But for some reason, something was just not right for Vegas off the jump. Bogeyed twice, made it a 4-way tie for first in round 3, and just immediately didn't look good. And then Scheffler bogeys the first and then just starts rolling. Birdies 4, 5, and 7 to tie for the lead, and just kind of played up and down. Then he gets the eagle on 14, had a crazy showing at the end, but he ties for the lead there. Jon Rahm and Bryson both had good Saturdays, saw themselves near the top throughout that round. And then Alex Noren made a crazy move for the lead, was the solo leader for a couple holes while Scheffler was still playing, but Noren went into the clubhouse as the sole leader through 54 holes. Birdied on 4 of his final 5 holes, shot a 66 in round 3, which is just unbelievable. And but that lead didn't last very long because Scottie ended up finishing the day at 11 under on the tournament and giving himself a 3-stroke lead heading into the final round. Then you get to today, and funny enough, you know how Eric Cole, we were talking about, he hit the ace to start off the day on Friday. He then hit a birdie putt from 62 feet today, which is crazy. Eric Cole. I doubt he's very high up on the leaderboard, but he 62-foot putt for him. But coming into the final round, Scheffler, which is crazy. Scheffler was 7 for his last 7 events in which he held the outright lead through 54 holes. So he had not lost an event out of his last 7 events where he held that lead through 54 holes. So he comes into this one and sorry, what? I don't know.
4,
I just
maybe?
said that he hit a long putt. Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, 62-foot putt from Eric Cole. Pretty insane. But Jon Rahm quickly got to work. He had an insane round to start the day and tied things up with Scottie after a little bit of a rough stroke. He started the day 5 strokes back from Scheffler, and they were tied by the time Rahm got to the back 9. But yeah, an unbelievable putt that we're watching right now from Eric Cole. Just played the green so perfectly. And like it just barely got there too. It's perfect.
Nah, that had a lot of speed.
Well, yeah, actually, it looked like it was slowing down. It just didn't.
That needed to hit a house if it wasn't going in.
Yeah.
Like, that easily could have went another, like...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you could see it kind of, like, loop into the hole, too. I mean, crazy stuff from Eric Cole. He didn't have a great, like, week.
He's just a highlight player, man.
Yeah, I guess so. But Scheffler started off a little rough. Meanwhile, Rahm's playing great. They end up tying each other up. And then Scheffler just pulled himself together on the back 9, birdied on 10 and 14, takes a 2-stroke lead over Rahm. And then Rahm just totally falls apart on the last 3 holes. Finishes bogey, double bogey, double bogey. And then Scheffler just kind of waltzes his way into his 3rd major championship and his 15th PGA Tour victory. And Jon Rahm, meanwhile, finishes tied for 8th. What was the? I know the total purse was $19 million, I think.
I don't know, but Eric Cole, just like me, for real.
Yeah, highlight plays.
Yeah. Fuck playing for, like, score and shit, bro. I'm going for aces, big putts.
I did see, I forgot to put this in my notes. I think it was today. Phil Mickelson took 4 strokes trying to get out of a bunker. Just absolutely brutal.
he's just like us, for real.
Yeah, that is just like me, for sure.
All right, so Scottie got $3 million.
Yeah, Scottie got 3.4. Yeah, but like think about Rahm tied for 8th, but he was tied for the lead at one point. I mean, imagine the difference between even just second. Second, he would have got $2 million. Instead, tied for 8th. That's $598. But there was a bunch of guys tied for 8th too. So.
Oh no, 600,000.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, but I mean, think about the difference in that.
Yeah.
Because of those last 3 holes where he gained 5 strokes in 3 holes.
My kid's playing golf. He's coming out of the womb, and I'm handing him a golf club.
Nice. The little plastic little tykes, like the red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Harris English and Bryson DeChambeau, Davis Riley, all tied for 2nd. I mean, some good money right there.
Jumping up 34 spots.
Yeah, Harris English
second.
shot a 65 to get up to 2nd. Unbelievable.
That back nine, bro.
Yeah, crazy back nine. Shut 5 under on the back nine. Unreal. And this is supposed to be a really tough back nine at Quail Hollow.
You sure? Because he made it look like.
Yeah, I mean, he sure made it look easy, but it's supposed to be the harder half. But I don't know, man. That's pretty insane from Harris English.
Yeah, if my kid enjoys golf, I'm gonna push.
Yeah.
to
Oh,
be
yeah.
a pro golfer.
Yeah.
All the lessons, brother. It's gonna be worth
Yeah.
it.
So, I mean,
I'm gonna call Uncle Sabi come coach.
that's 2 major championships for Scottie, or 2 different majors for Scottie. So he's halfway to the career Grand Slam already.
Scotty's a dog, bro.
Dude, it's so crazy, too, that he's won the Masters twice. Of all events, to win the Masters twice is crazy. But, I mean, he could, theoretically, just saying, Scottie Scheffler could complete the career Grand Slam this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing unbelievable, like every week. What was that like unbelievable score he put up a couple weeks ago? I think we talked about it. We shot like 34 under or whatever for the weekend.
Yeah.
Like that, like you don't see doesn't
that.
happen. I mean, that was literally like the best ever. But like he's playing unreal golf right now. And I mean, there's literally no reason not to just be like Scottie Scheffler is going to play unbelievable. This is a good Nike ad. Best player in the world. Guilty. Nice. But like there's no reason not to be like, okay, at least on Friday and Saturday, you can just count Scottie Scheffler in for like a 3 under on both rounds each day, and he is going to have himself guaranteed for the top 5, top 10 on Sunday,
He's
matter
just
what.
rolling in money right now, brother.
Oh my God, yeah. I like his wife. I think her name's Meredith. She must be the happiest person on earth.
She don't got to do shit.
Yeah, she just
Besides take care of the kids.
take care of the kid, of course. But like, also his caddy.
Oh,
His caddy's got to be loving life.
yeah.
Oh my God.
You think like childhood best friend?
No. His caddy is I believe it's Bubba Watson's old caddy. I'm pretty sure. But like, I mean, that's insane. Yeah, he shot a 31 under. What event was that at? At the Byron Nelson. That's crazy. Unbelievable.
If I was Scottie Scheffler, I'd let you be my caddy.
Thanks, man. Yeah. I appreciate that.
It's only if you would want to.
You know what? If you were Scottie Scheffler and I was your caddy, we wouldn't be winning these tournaments like this. That's for sure. But
we'd be better.
We'd probably be making the cut.
We'd be better.
Yeah. No.
If I was Scottie Scheffler,
If you were Scottie Scheffler, but if I was your caddy, because look, I don't know if anybody's watched Full Swing, but his caddy's got to do some fucking work.
yeah, but hear me out. If I was Scottie Scheffler and you were my caddy, I feel like
I wouldn't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You would put more effort into becoming a good caddy.
I would put more effort into just making sure that we're making the cut. That's all I need. I just need the cut.
Sorry, then I'll get Nathan because Nathan will actually go early. He'll go.
Dude, I'll beat you there.
Nathan, yeah, but Nathan will wake me up and drive me there.
I'm not doing that shit, dude. I'll call you an Uber.
Nah, Nathan's gonna go check out the grain. He's gonna go find bunker.
You know what I'm gonna
placements.
do?
You're gonna pack the cooler.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, he's won 78.5 mil. Yeah.
Not even that much, bro.
Nathan, if that was 78 million, whatever, can you convert that to minutes? So if that was seconds, how many minutes is that? Or hours?
Why are we doing?
I'm just trying to think. If you took the amount of money that Scottie Scheffler has made in his life or in his golf career and turned it into hours, and then subtracted that from the life you've lived, yeah, would I be dead? I don't know how many seconds are in like a year.
Don't worry about that.
I want to know this number though. But that is an unbelievable amount of money considering he got on tour in 2020.
Yeah. And bro, he was just living life during the COVID year.
Yeah,
He was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna
playing
go.
well either. Not playing well in 2020.
He probably got him a little simulator going.
Oh yeah. I mean, most guys were still out on the course.
Yeah.
I would assume if you're in the PGA during COVID, you were probably on the course.
I'm sorry, I got yelled at for trying to go on the course during COVID year
Happens.
by these two dipshits.
Wait. Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, sorry, maybe not you, but this
Yeah.
motherfucker,
2.5 years.
and then be like,
yeah, so I'd be dead.
He would call me and be like, "Bro, why the fuck are you out of the house?"
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah.
I'm golfing.
With other people.
Yeah, but COVID rules, like golf COVID
And who
rules
got
is
COVID?
the best. Yeah, it was like I got sick for like 2 days, and then
You could have been the one that gave it to me.
probably,
He was. We figured that out. Remember, we all went
Oh, yeah.
disc golfing.
Yeah. Yeah.
later
And then I
on.
got sick like 2 days later.
Yeah, why'd y'all go out of the house?
Because you were telling us to. You said it was cool.
See,
Oh no, I hated
We're still
I hated
here.
getting COVID. I was actually sick for the full like 2 weeks.
Really, I was sick for like 2 days.
I don't know. I watched a lot of Breaking Bad and I never watched it again after that.
There's like 31 million seconds in a year, by the way.
31 million seconds in a year? Wow. Good to know. So 2.5 years? That's crazy.
If I was Scottie
What?
Scheffler, we'd be over 100 mil.
No. Colin, that's just not true. I mean, you're not edging out Rory McIlroy in the 2022 Masters. That's not
If I
happening.
was Scottie Scheffler, I would.
No. I don't think you understand this part because Scottie Scheffler is Scottie Scheffler and he's that good.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were Scottie Scheffler, you would either be that good or worse.
I'd be better.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think you get this.
I would be the
Because-
calling Scottie Scheffler Grant.
No, what would have to happen is if you were Scottie Scheffler,
Fine,
somebody else would just be better than you.
fine. Call me primetime Tiger Woods.
There
then.
you go. Then that would be different. But you also wouldn't be better than Tiger Woods if you were Tiger
I
Woods.
I know.
Because if I were Colin Grant, I'd just have your life.
Yeah,
That's all that
You
would-
don't want my life.
Okay, there you go.
My
but
life
like
sucks.
that's what I'm saying is if you were Nathan, you would just be Nathan.
Would
and
you
live
rather be
his life.
colorblind or have fucked up feet? Oh shit!
Colorblind.
Yeah, definitely colorblind. No offense, but definitely colorblind.
That's fair.
I mean,
Chris,
my
since you're so
day-to-day life is
baffled
not
about
that
seconds, I got a
affected.
stat for you.
What?
Since you're so baffled about how many seconds
Yeah,
are in a
please.
year, so a million seconds is
Yeah.
12 days.
Got it.
A billion seconds is 31 years.
Wow.
And a trillion seconds is 31,688 years.
Impressive. Okay. Well, I think we're done. I don't think we're gonna play games. I think
No.
we're pretty well into this episode. So,
I'm good if we never play another game ever again.
yeah. I mean, we're gonna do games for side videos to come out on Wednesdays, but we're not gonna do games as much on the podcast.
I think I'm tired of playing these silly little games.
All right. Well, then I'm tired of you being on the podcast.
Fine by me.
Okay, well, at least let us get through the outro. Thank you guys for watching. And, of course, follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Stay up to date with what we've got going on over there. Subscribe on YouTube. Turn on post notifications. And leave a comment. Tell us, would you be better than Scottie Scheffler if you were Scottie Scheffler?
Yes.
Let us know in the comments. Leave a like on the video, of course. And if you're on the podcast platforms, which if you're on the podcast platforms and you're listening right now, it's Nathan. So rate 5 stars and give us a follow. If you've already rated 5 stars, undo it and do it again. It helps the algorithm. Yeah, so Luke will be in studio. So pretty much every episode for the rest of the summer, for the most part, should be in studio with both co-hosts here, which is going to be a blast. I'm very much looking forward to that. Obviously, the summer content to look forward to, starting up in about 2 weeks. So I think I need to get my shit together and get that stuff prepped. And Nathan, because Nathan will be helping me out with prepping some of that stuff. But yeah, very excited and looking forward to it. But I have even better news. This guy to the left of me finally decided that he was going to replace his end of the show content. So, Colin, I'm going to let you take the floor before we get out of here.
Yeah. So we're just gonna hit a couple would you rather's.
Okay.
You know, they could be fun. They could be serious. They could be sad. We'll see.
Okay. Is this okay? I just before we start this new era of this segment, is this going to go longer than fun facts?
Yes.
Fun facts, I think, ran for what, 5 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not very long.
Yeah, we're chilling. I was
Okay.
just tired of looking for fun facts, and
That's
I
fair.
kept finding
But
the same
when
shit
are you
over and
going to
over
get
again.
tired of looking for would you rather?
I look for would you rather's all the time.
How many are you going to do each day?
Just recreationally.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Proceed.
All right. So first one: would you rather go on an adventure with Indiana Jones or Han Solo?
Han Solo.
Yeah, I mean, space is much more intriguing.
Yeah. Then
So probably Han Solo.
I mean, Indiana Jones is a great adventurer.
Yeah, for
Yeah, but
sure.
Han Solo's like space
Han Solo-
and
Han
planets
Solo's
you've
just
never
cool.
seen.
Yeah,
Because if Han Solo's there, Chewbacca's right there too.
that's true.
True.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm
I
gonna
don't
be
know
honest.
the
I haven't
Star
watched
Wars
any of
lore.
the Indiana Jones movies.
I haven't
I've only
watched
played
either.
the Lego game.
Of both.
Yeah, I've played. Well, I've watched some of the Star Wars movies, but
Oh,
The Lego Star Wars was insane.
oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
gosh, what a
dude.
game. The
Lego
Secret
Star Wars
Code.
Was on the PS3?
Saga.
The
Wii.
Wii.
Yeah, played on the Wii.
That's fair.
Yeah,
All right. So that one's a little easier.
yeah, that was very easy.
So how about this one? Would you rather have the power to never feel physical pain or never feel emotional pain?
Jesus. Okay, so I'm gonna go with never wanted to feel physical pain because if you never felt emotional pain, you have nothing to learn from.
I'm going to take emotional pain because I'd rather just get hurt than be hurt, you know?
Why? But then you can't learn from anything. Then you're just like, if you never feel emotional pain, then you'll never have the experiences to pull back on in moments of need.
But physical pain,
Yeah.
they heal.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes the emotional
Sometimes
pain never
emotional pain
heals.
doesn't heal.
Exactly, and I'd never have to deal with it.
Sure, but I think you'd be
You
missing
got to
out.
sit there alone with your demons, and I just got to sit alone with my blood clots
I'm going with
Well, that's
and
not
scars.
I'm going with never feel emotional pain.
I think you guys are. I
I've-
think there's a vast oversight here.
I was just taking it as an argumentative point
Yeah.
since you took the other one.
I think there's.
I've
I think
felt
you're
physical
definitely
pain my whole
overlooking-
life. I'm cool with it.
I think I felt both throughout multiple different times in my life. So
Honestly,
I mean,
same.
it would
Yeah.
be pretty cool to just like jump off a building. But,
exactly.
Like, do you die and you just don't feel it?
Yeah,
or
like,
like-
you die and you don't feel it because it doesn't
Oh.
say you just.
Well, I mean, I guess if you die,
you
you
don't
wouldn't feel
die.
it either way. But
okay.
oh,
You
so
rethinking
can't-
this, huh?
So like,
No.
you could get
definitely
hurt but not
I'm,
feel it, but you
I'm thinking about the.
it still happens. So like,
yeah, I'm thinking about the caveats with the not feeling emotional pain.
He's thinking about the time he tripped over his bike. He's like, "Oh, that hurts so bad."
but your arm would still be broken. It just doesn't hurt.
Yeah, which would still suck because it's still in a cast. And like you would still walk
yeah,
abnormally,
yeah, but that would be my party trick. Is I'd go to a party and like break my hand and just be like, "Ah!"
But it's still
and then you'd have to
broken.
wait
Then
till
you
it's
gotta-
healed,
then
and you
gotta
just can't
go and
use
get
it. It
surgery.
swells like
yeah.
fuck that.
No, if anything, you're going to a party and being like, "Yo, kick me in the nuts," like.
But
or
then
something
also you're
stupid,
just
or
not
like-
gonna have kids.
or like punch me in the arm as hard as you can, like punch me in the stomach.
Yeah.
You might throw up, but it didn't hurt.
But at that point, if you're making, your
I don't know.
personality off of being a punching bag, how bad is that emotional pain that you're
I don't
gonna
know.
feel?
Some people's emotional pain is
it
like,
outweighs the physical.
I'm
pain.
only
Yeah.
taking the the physical pain because I think the emotional pain helps you
definitely-
become
That's fair.
like that.
You
that
make
a
generates
great
a
point.
personality.
you make a great point.
Yeah, because like if you didn't feel the emotions,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know how to react
Exactly.
in certain situations.
It's like we wouldn't
how
be
to deal with
raising our
stuff.
voices right now talking about this
Exactly.
topic.
You guys in the comments, let us know: physical
Yeah,
pain or
definitely.
emotional pain.
That's a good question. I'm very
Can you ask
interested
the question again though, instead of just saying physical pain or
No, 'cause if
emotional
they
pain?
heard that part, they would know. All right. Would you rather never experience physical pain or never experience emotional pain? Let us know.
Okay. I think that was a fun segment
good one.
that'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be a good way to end the
You
episode.
better not just like hit us with two shitty ones one day though.
Nah.
That's
That'd be
true.
really
We're
sad.
good.
If you just
I
pull
take
one out, it's
research.
like
Would you want to watch baseball or basketball?
Nah.
peanut butter or almond butter.
Nah. I'll save that for questions time. Those ones suck.
That's Nathan's fault.
Would you rather? What's it like?
What? What?
How would
Oh,
you
that
feel?
was- yeah, fuck that shit. That was so annoying. It's the worst question time ever. All right. That's going to wrap the episode up here. I will see you guys with Luke in studio on Friday. I think Nathan will be here with us as well. And then Colin will be back next Monday. And,
we'll see.
well, I mean, you just started a new segment.
I mean,
You can't just immediately be
you
like,
told me
"No."
earlier that you didn't want me on the podcast anymore.
Hey, you invited it. So,
That's emotional pain right there.
all right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No,
There's
not.
something to learn from this. All right, guys, we're going to stop holding you, and we'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the baseball throughout the week, and I'm sure Brian Snicker will be up to some bullshit. So enjoy
Yeah.
that, too. All right, I'll catch you guys on Friday. Calling to see you next week. Peace.